It is a very good day, Matt Hancock, and you have every reason to smile. I mean, Margaret Keenan is a pioneer, isn't she?
It's just wonderful, isn't it, watching the images of Margaret, and then I've seen a few others. William Shakespeare, the second person, it looks such a small thing, just having that jab in the arm, but it means so much, because this is the route out of this pandemic, and by God, we need one. I think Margaret was absolutely brilliant and displayed, everything, that stoicism, everything that we should be proud of.
We haven't had much to shout about this year, to put it mildly, in the way we've handled this. But to have the first jabs actually happening in the UK is quite something.
I'm so proud of the team who've made this happen. I'm so proud of them. They've worked so hard, and not just hard, but really smart. Firstly, the team who spotted that this was a really promising vaccine, and we bought it early. We were the first country to put in an order. And then the regulator, normally regulators get flack, but the MHRA have done a fantastic job, because they've done all of the safety checks that they always do, but they've done them all at the same time instead of one after the other, which has meant that we've been the first country in the world, and after this year, which has been so terrible for so many people, and the sacrifices people have made, and the losses that we've all suffered, to have this moment showing the way out is just absolutely fantastic.
It is an international collaborative effort, though, isn't it? Because this is a US pharmaceutical company. The scientists behind it were Turkish immigrants to Germany. It's manufactured in Belgium. And then our regulator is the first to approve it. It is properly a multinational approach.
Yes, I'm really proud of the science. I've always believed that we would get to this moment. It may have felt a long way off at times and uncertain, but I've always believed that the science would come through. And as you say, it's global science essentially, and working across borders. And we've made it happen. It's down to human ingenuity, and I hope that it can restore some belief that we can beat these things that are thrown at us. Yes, it's difficult, and it's been a huge series of challenges, and there's challenges still to come to vaccinate all those who are vulnerable to COVID. So it's a mammoth effort the NHS.
Can I ask you about that, the challenges of vaccinating everybody? Because you've made it very clear repeatedly that top of your priority list are care home residents. But this vaccine needs to be stored at such low temperatures that it would be impossible for care home residents to travel to the hubs to be vaccinated. Is it the case that actually they have slipped down the priority list because it is hard to connect them with the vaccine? Or have you got GPs going into care homes as a priority?
Yes, so we have absolutely top priority is care home residents and their carers. Of course, their carers can travel, and so will be vaccinated from today in the 70-odd hospital hubs that we have right across the UK. But care home residents generally can't travel very easily or safely. And so we've got to get the vaccine to them, and that will take another couple of weeks to make sure that we can do that safely because of these -70 requirements, and because of the specifics of the vaccine have only been known, the full results of those trials have only been known for a couple of weeks. So having approved the vaccine for use in hospitals and in principle, the NHS are working with the regulator to ensure that we have a safe way of getting the vaccine out into the community through GPs and pharmacists and into care homes.
Okay,
so
I just want to play,
a couple more weeks.
If I may, Elsie, I want to play a little clip from William Shakespeare, who's just said his first words. Let's take a listen to this.
Furlough to be patient number 2.
Groundbreaking, I think. It could make a difference to our lives from now on, couldn't it? The start of changing our lives and our lifestyle. It's a precaution, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it will be a precaution.
And I guess it's been tough for you being at home and being locked down and what have you.
We've been virtually locked down. My wife has managed to get out occasionally to the local shop.
I mean, just simple words there, reacting it. You're quite emotional by that.
Well, it's just, it's been such a tough year for so many people, and there's William Shakespeare putting it so simply for everybody that, we can get on with our lives. And there's still a few months to go. I've still got this worry that we can't blow it now, Piers. We've still got to get the vaccine to millions of people, and so we've got to keep sticking by the rules. But it's just, there's so much work gone into this, and I'm really, it makes you proud to be British.
It does, and how odd that he's called William Shakespeare.
I know.
Or perhaps that wasn't a coincidence.
I mean, he's got to be related, isn't he? He's from Warwickshire. I mean, he must be. Let me just ask
I'm not in charge of who gets called forward. That's definitely one for the NHS, but they've done a great job this morning.
And I'm sure there's a lot of people, actually, we've had a lot of viewers who've been feeling very emotional watching this, because it is not just the light at the end of the tunnel, it's us beginning to come out of the tunnel, which is the crucial thing. One potential issue here...
Spanner in the works.
...may be, of course, Brexit. And if we were to crash out with no deal, it might undo a lot of the good work that we've built up with this. There are reports that if we do have no deal, then medical supply lines may get affected in a worst-case scenario and so on. What kind of reassurances have you secured as Health Secretary that things like medical supply lines will not be adversely affected should we leave with no deal?
We're ready for any scenario in the talks. I have 5 different contingencies for getting this vaccine into this country. And they're there for all eventualities. For it's December, so eventualities of difficult weather and any problems that might arise. So we've got 5 contingencies. We're currently on Plan A, and that's going smoothly, and I hope it continues to.
But if on January the 1st we don't have a deal, can you guarantee that this vaccine, which is manufactured in Belgium, will not be held up either because there's a massive queue at the border, or that there is enormous paperwork and red tape to fill in?
That's why we've got 5 different contingencies. Anyway, this vaccine goes through priority for obvious reasons. But even if the priority channels didn't work, then we can put it on different routes. And ultimately, we have the backup plan of bringing it in through the military. So we have 5 different routes. Because obviously I want to make sure this precious product can be brought in under any circumstances. So we have a plan for all of that.
How confident are you we're going to get a deal? Because let's be brutally honest with everybody here. Nobody, I think, when they voted to leave, imagined that we would do so, from all the rhetoric they'd heard, without a trading arrangement with the EU. That wasn't why people voted to leave. They assumed we would have one. How confident are you we're going to get one?
Well, of course, we already have the withdrawal agreement on which we left the EU.
That's not a trade agreement, though, is it? That's not a trade deal.
That's right. So we have the withdrawal agreement on which we left the EU, and the Prime Minister is doing everything he can to secure a future trading arrangement as well. That's why he's prepared to go to Brussels. He's straining every sinew to get that deal, but we're prepared for any eventuality. And obviously, a deal has to respect the fact that we've left the EU and are a sovereign nation. So we all would. It would be better for the UK. It would be better for the EU if we secured a deal. But we're ready for any eventuality.
Okay. Final question: the nurse who administered the first vaccine jab, May Parsons, is a Filipino, one of the nearly 20,000 Filipinos who work in the NHS, and gave a very moving response about how much it meant to her to be a part of history, how much it would mean to everyone back in the Philippines to be part of global history. What would you like to say to her and to all the immigrant staff in the NHS?
Well, I want to say thank you. I'm so proud of May and the role that she's played. I met last night some of the nurses who are going to be, who are today, this morning, administering the vaccine. I'm so proud of everybody who works in the NHS. The NHS is a global employer. People come from all the way around the world to work in the NHS, not just the Philippines, but elsewhere too. And I'm really proud of the team that we've got, and they do an amazing job, and their vocation is all about helping people and caring for people and protecting people, which is exactly what May is doing for Margaret right there on the screen at this moment. I'm really proud of the whole NHS team.
OK, well, we've beaten you up for most of the year, Health Secretary. Today's one of those days when we say, good job. Good job to get this vaccine rolling out in this country. So congratulations to you and the team on getting us to this stage. Now the pressure's on to get it out to millions, and we wish you every success in doing that, because if you're successful, then it will save lives and we'll all benefit.